Hello, boyos. This is the Loner Games Cast, where we discuss everything video games, video game news, and podcasts and bullshit.
We discuss that everything is video games.
That's right. Everything you know and love is now a video game.
It's all a video game. All of it.
This is the Matrix.
This is the Matrix.
And you're just a program.
Should I just run with this intro? Should we just go?
No, let's just do it. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't mind. That's a terrible intro. I wasn't even looking at the camera, and I still got the.
Oh, you got yourself a Canadian Dry, son.
A Canada Dry.
Oh man, yeah. Take a sip.
Oh, that's a dry ass drink.
I'm drinking a
An
Coors.
An Ours.
Mm-hmm. As well as a water brought to you by Coca-Cola.
A Dasani.
It's not even Dasani though. I refilled it with like sink water, you know.
Nice. Brought to you by the city.
You can't waste the plastic, you know?
No.
If you buy it, you gotta use it again and again, like all week.
Until it like starts smelling bad. Yeah. There you go.
I usually buy like one of those big smart waters, like one a week, and then I just refill that throughout the week. It's kind of my thing. Instead of like having a water bottle that I have to like wash all the time, I'll just do that, and then I'm not wasting that much plastic because it's one a week, you know?
Yeah. Instead of one every 3 minutes.
Yeah. What is up, boyos? Welcome to the Loner Gamecast. Today we're talking about the Game Awards. That's really gonna be it. We're also gonna talk about Cyberpunk for a bit. I'm Jake. That's Nick. How's it going, Nick?
Hello. It's going.
Nice.
We're just cruising. We cruising.
Nice. Let's get into the first section of the show, though. What you been playing? What you been playing, Nick? I think I know.
Oh, everybody knows. It's just been Cyberpunk. There's been nothing else this week.
Just the punk.
Just the punk. I like it. You know? I like it. It's good. It's got its bugs. I am playing on the PlayStation 5, not a base PlayStation 4, which seems to be a real issue. But I'm enjoying it. At first, it was a little buggy, a little glitchy. Didn't look crisp or clean. But then they released a hot patch or a hot fix or something like that, and it was like 17 gigs. And that seemed to fix a lot of the visual glitches. Not necessarily all of the visual glitches, but a lot of like the haziness that it kind of gave. It made it kind of look like an old school game, and now it kind of makes sense for the generation that it's in. So,
yeah, I've only put like an hour into Cyberpunk. Been too busy playing Tetris, and I also just like I got lost in Fire Emblem and like started playing Fire Emblem and just couldn't stop and have continued. And now my theme in Tetris 99 is Fire Emblem. So when I'm not playing Fire Emblem and I'm playing Tetris, it's still Fire Emblem.
Wow.
Yeah,
man, but that's your RPG. It's turning into your RPG.
I'm just liking it. It's very I like the gameplay. It's like a XCOM, which I really love. So it's got that XCOM gameplay while also being like a nerdy Japanese RPG. I love it. But back to Cyberpunk, like I've only played like, you know, an hour, maybe two. And you know, I've already noticed glitches and stuff, but the game looks fine. You know, it looks all right. It doesn't look gross.
You're playing on Pro.
I'm playing on a PlayStation Pro, which I feel like what they did was they optimized the game for the PlayStation Pro, and they're like, if you don't have a Pro, you're shit out of luck. But they didn't want to tell anyone that,
right?
But you know, I don't know. There's been a lot of controversy around like all the bugs and glitches and oh yeah, let me pull up this apology tweet that they tweeted. Let me find that. Cyberpunk apology. do you spell apology? Jesus. There it is. Here it is. Oh
Read
God,
read it off for us.
It's so small. Okay, let me.
You want me to find it?
I got it. Hey everyone. Hello, CD Projekt.
Hi. Hello.
Today we've decided to move the release date of Cyberpunk. Wait, this is the wrong one.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?
That's
a good joke. All right, good job, Jake. You got me. That was a good one.
The funny thing is that was not even a joke. I accidentally just pulled up the wrong one because they've had to apologize. Funny. Okay, dear gamers.
There it is.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh my God. You got me. That was a good one. That was a good one.
First of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered. And
that's not the right one either. I'm just kidding.
No, this is it. Yeah. Before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system on PSN or Xbox respectively. For boxed versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cdprojectred.com, and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020. Humbly, Marcin Ilinski, Adam Kinski, I'm not even going to try with their names. Yeah.
Just say Polishman.
Yeah, a bunch of Polishmen. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I like the fact that they're like, yeah, it's not going to run like it's a high-end PC. You fucking idiots.
Dummies.
Of course. But I will say it gives me a strong Cyberpunk vibes, or Cyberpunk vibes.
You mean Witcher? Witcher vibes?
No. It gives me strong. What's the word I'm looking for here? No Man's Sky vibes. Because No Man's Sky, Sean Murray came out and overly hyped the game, was saying it was going to be one thing, and then it released and it was a totally different thing. And I think that's what happened here with Cyberpunk. I don't think it's totally unfounded that people are upset about this, because, just a few months ago, the head of CD Projekt Red was like, yeah, it's running great on last-gen consoles, no issue, it looks phenomenal. And then it comes out and it looks like total butts, because it really does on the base PS4. I've seen some images, and it really does look like butts on a base PS4. But maybe what they were referring to is it looks great on a PS4 Pro, because I will say it looks fine on the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I understand the upset, and it's cool that they're working on fixing it. I don't know what else they could do. Seems like they needed to delay the game again, but they couldn't do it.
I don't think that would have been good for anybody, because if they were to delay it again, you have all the shareholders and CD Projekt's fucking stocks skyrocketed when Cyberpunk was showing off like gameplay and images and was engaging with the community. It skyrocketed, and then they delayed it until December, from November to December, the last one, and their stocks kind of dropped. So I think in order for them to make the most of it, they had to release it when they did. Otherwise, they're either going to take another big hit in stocks, or they put out a game later and it still it's still not up to par with the community. Also, I think it's a good thing that they did release it, because then you have, at least on PlayStation, I don't know if Xbox has that, but on PlayStation, if your game crashes or you experience a bug or whatever, it's like it sends something out to the developer through PlayStation itself. It's like, would you like to attach this crash with a video and send it to the developer? It's like, yes, I want to. And then I'm sure they're getting a whole bunch of things where they can look at it and go, okay, so where is the most crashes happening? Why is it happening? And they just have a lot more, there's a lot bigger pool of people playing it than, the R&D department.
Play testers,
Yeah, you have like 20 people in a room playing this game looking for bugs. Now you have, I don't remember how many copies they sold, but enough copies to make up for costs, that was another thing. They made all the money that they spent on this game, marketing and development costs, in 1 or 2 days, I believe, 24 hours or something like that. So it's a lot. That's a lot of people playing your game. That's a lot of feedback that you're getting, bugs, gameplay, certain things you can improve on. And it's just going to be good overall. And I feel like if they continue to engage with the community and just kind of ignore all the people that are sending death threats and whatnot for God knows what reason, all those Fortnite players fucking, I'm gonna kill you and your mom sucks. If they just ignore all those people, then we could get some good updates, some really hefty updates like the first one that we had, and I'm sure the game would run perfectly fine in 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, like ultimately, there's not much they can do besides what they're doing now, offering refunds to people who want it. And just saying, we're going to keep working on it. Also, DLC is free. But like, if they delayed it again, I would have been upset. And I know everyone is saying like they should have delayed it again. But my biggest problem, because I do think the way they released it is probably not for the best, because on top of it looking like ass on the PS4, there's just a ton of bugs just from what I've seen online. What I'm upset about is not that they didn't delay it again. It's just that they announced it so early, and that they set that release date thinking they were going to hit it. And they set that announce date so early. And like, that's such a huge problem in video games, where they set these announcement or like release dates, and then they either don't hit them or they release a buggy ass mess and fix it over time. And it's just really annoying. I wish, like, if they just waited until next year, and who knows how much like COVID could have affected the development process, which is a huge possibility. But like, if they didn't announce it to come out in February, like earlier last year, like, they could release it next year and no one would even know that they like missed their deadline,
Right, yeah.
It would just be like, okay, it's coming out in February, and then they'd probably push it until November next year, and it would be a much better game. But I think you're right with the whole bug fix. I think they're going to be able to fix bugs a lot quicker now. It sucks that the people who worked for years on this thing have to continue working now, and they can't just take a fucking break.
I don't get a vacation to go on to like Tahiti or something, Yeah,
that really sucks. But you know, I smell No Man's Sky. I smell Witcher, for that matter.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying this. You've been saying this specifically, where you're like, this is gonna be a buggy mess, but they're gonna fix it over time. And you're right. You're right. And I think in a year, people are gonna be like, this is the best game ever. So,
well, maybe not a year. Maybe like a full year. Like 2022, people are like starting to pick up the game and finish it, and they're like, wow, I can't believe this game got so many bad reviews at the beginning, and like, I can't believe how controversial this game was. It's so great, you know? And I think that's gonna be the thing.
That may happen, as well as just like whenever they drop the first DLC, people are going to go back to it and be like, wow, they really fucking fixed this thing, huh? So I don't know. It's not
I'm
great.
having a great time with it. I'm happy with it for now. Like, there's obviously things that they can fix, but you know, I knew this was going to happen. It's well in what my expectations were for this game. And I have full confidence that they'll pull it around in six months. You know. Yeah,
I can't really say much about the game because I haven't played much of it, but it's just not great to just release games like this. This just happens all the times in video games, and I think it's just like all these studios bite off more than they can chew, and no one's asking for it. You know, no one's like asking for like hyper realism that's in video games. Like, we just want fun games, and like, you don't have to push so hard. Like, Jesus, calm down.
Yeah,
it doesn't need like the buildings don't need to look that good, you know?
Honestly, I was playing this mission where you're driving around like a taxi sort of thing, and you'll get there. It's like one of the bigger like side missions, and I was just thinking about it. I'm like, wow, this game is just so much of everything. I don't remember what it was that I was thinking, but I was just driving through the city looking at how dense everything is and how big the map is and how I haven't even discovered like 10% of it. Just driving around, like, man, they could have just, you know, stuck with a smaller area, made it less dense, and it would have ran perfectly fine and people would have loved it. You know, it's just very,
like, I appreciate
more than you can chew off. You know, it's like you have the scope that's like, we're gonna break the world record for how much shit we can fit into, how many systems and particles and whatnot into this world, this game world, and all of it's going to run smoothly, and that's just not going to happen. Like, like the realism stuff, like, you could have made it a little more cartoony or a little more video games, you know, and, you know, brought the graphic fidelity down just a little bit so that it runs a little smoother. But, you know, that's kind of what it's all within their wheelhouse that they do. So
who knows? I just, like, with The Last of Us, like, there's like things in that game. It's like, it's a great game, the second one, but it's like, did it need to like, does the sync animation need to be that precise? Like when I'm changing my stuff on my gun, like, does it need to be fully animated like that? You could have shaved like so much time off of your game just by getting rid of some of that shit, and like no one would even care. I appreciate the ambition, but I don't like it when it affects like how. Well, it doesn't even affect the rest of the game, and it doesn't affect us. We see it and we're like, wow, that's amazing. What it really affects is like the people who work on these games, and they have to work double time, and they're like really stressing out to get this fucking sync animation done. And it's like, you could be focusing on something better, not stressing out your employees as much if you just get rid of this stupid sync animation, you know? But what
you could have put, like, you know, instead of like your character looking into the sink and going, do I want to smile or frown or something? You could have put it in a haircut place, you know, change your hair on the fly. Like,
hey man, from what I heard on Death Stranding, which I think that's what you're referencing there.
No, in Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's the thing in Cyberpunk?
You haven't gotten to your apartment yet?
No.
Okay, so in your apartment and in some bathrooms, you can like walk up to the sink and then it like turns on and you can look at your character and just smile at it or frown at it or
that's
do a
the
funny
thing.
face at it, and it's like, why is that in it? Like, there's some other things you could have put on it. I didn't need to look into the mirror and go, you know, I didn't need to do that.
There's a thing like that in Death Stranding, and like from what I heard on Death Stranding, it was actually Kojima like really figured out how to like make that game, and like in an easy way. Not that they didn't put a lot of work into it. It's an amazing game. I fucking love it. But like I think Kojima actually cares about his employees, and I think he had a lot of pull to make sure that people were taken care of. But anyway, we got a lot of shit to talk about with the Game Awards here. A lot of announcements and the winners. So I say we just hop right into that.
This will take a while. So this Game Awards was like 3 hours.
Yeah,
it was 3 hours, right? Yeah, yep. Way
including
too long
pre-show.
For one. Way too long for one thing. Like if you split it up, it's much better. But all the ads in this fucking.
I will say, I think this was the best Game Awards, as far as just the Game Awards goes, because like it just felt like everything kind of went without a hitch. There wasn't a whole lot of cringe. Jeff Keighley really seemed to be in his element. I will say, Game Awards, comparing it to the Oscars, isn't right. Feels more like the MTV Music Awards. You know what I mean? Where it's more about just showing off stuff than it is about the awards, which is fine. That's why we have the DICE Awards. Yeah, it's like the Nickelodeon Awards, but for grown-ass men.
Kids' Choice
and
Awards,
women. Yeah, it feels more like that, but it's cool. It's more of just like a celebration of video games and stuff and showing off stuff. And it's weird how in previous years, like the Game Awards, I would normally just be like, fuck it, I'm not gonna watch that. I'll look it up later. But now it's like something I look forward to every year. It's kind of turned into that. I do admittedly miss the Chic Hydro Man, but but life moves on, you know. So let's start with the pre-show here. In the pre-show,
pre-show.
Yeah, I got the pre-show in here, baby boy. With the pre-show, it started out with the Player's Choice Award, which was the fully fan-voted Player's Choice, which Ghost of Tsushima won, which it's interesting. It's interesting when we get to who won the Game of the Year. There was a lot of contention here because it's like, well, if Player Choice was Ghost of Tsushima, how come this other game won Game of the Year? But you know, whatever. This one kind of.
This is the IGN pre-show.
No, this is the Game Awards pre-show. Yes, these were the actual. Yep, these were Game Awards. It was hosted on IGN, but these are Game Awards.
Weird.
Because what got snuffed was best score / music in a video game, which for some fucking reason wasn't in the actual show, and that's it's pretty insulting. Also, the winner pretty insulting as well. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, it's a great soundtrack, but like, really?
Over Hades?
Yeah, or any of those games, like Last of Us. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
And then Devolver did their own little Game Awards, little skit thing. Nina Struthers came out, did her speech. She had a kick-ass haircut, shaved head, all cyberpunked out. And the winner of the Game Awards for them was a new game that hasn't been announced yet. Fucking genius. It's a game called Loop Hero. Looks pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really bad. Like the
the sprites are really
like the traversal of it. But then once you get into like combat, it looks really good. You know, like the little art on the sides on the bottom are really good, and the animations for the sprites on the background are actually pretty good. But like moving through a map, it looks awful. It just looks straight out like Game Boy, not even color, like Game Boy style.
Game Boy, yeah.
And it's like, wow. But it's cool. I'll probably check it out, honestly.
Yeah, it reminds me, I tried to remember the name of the game, when we were watching it live, and I can't remember it now, so I'm just gonna move on. And then they showed off this new game, this new exploration adventure game called Chai. Kind of looks like Moana. You're like same sort of art style as Moana, honestly, and like you're in the water. I guess you can like turn into animals. I don't really know what the game is, but it looks really pretty and it looks nice. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like Moana meets video games, honestly.
Yeah, but not in like a bad way.
No. It looked really good. Really cute.
And then they announced best action adventure game, which went to The Last of Us Part 2. Then they showed off Sea of Solitude for the Switch, which is coming out March 4th. Nothing really.
It's already out.
It's already out. It's just sort of remade for the Switch. Then they showed off this really cool puzzle game where you like have to manipulate your shadow to traverse through the world and figure out different puzzles, and it's actually out now. It's called Shady Part of Me.
It looks good.
It looks really nice. Both me and Nick don't play puzzle games, so it's not fair to say we don't play them, but we're not good at them. So this is lower on our list. Yeah.
It looks really good though. If you're
it does. The art style looks amazing. Yeah. Sorry if I'm just like blasting through this. I'm just
go for it. We need to. There's so much shit.
It's fine if this goes for 2 hours. Who gives a shit? Best family game went to Animal Crossing. No surprise there. Best community support went to Fall Guys. Also no surprise there. Best debut game went to Phasmophobia. I'd say no surprise there as well. Then they did a little Persona 5 like concert thing. And then they showed off.
That was cool. I really enjoyed that. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't necessarily a concert. It was like a flash into a studio, and they just had like the people that did Persona 5 music announcing like Persona 5 Scramble coming to the West, and it was really good. If you have a chance, Strikers.
Yeah,
I thought it was Scramble.
Strikers. It's a fighting game.
Okay. It's not a fighting game. It's
like a fighting game. It's like beat 'em up fighting game.
Never mind. Okay.
Like,
Dynasty Warriors.
Beat 'em up fighting.
It's a Dynasty Warriors.
Hack and slash.
Yeah. It was really cool. If you have a chance, look that up.
Really good. It was good. The music in Persona is so fucking awesome. And then right after that, they showed off Nier Replicant, and I'm sure you've got a lot to say about this.
Nope. I want to play it. Looks fucking great. And they didn't really show anything new. They was just kind of running around, beating people up. It's a bullet hell beat 'em up game. We'll say that. It looks fucking good. Fucking play it. If you...
Hack and slash.
Yeah. It's good. It looks good.
It does look good. And then they showed off like a weird virtual band, which I guess is going to be like a VR series. Yeah. I don't fucking know. I didn't even write all this down. They just announced all the esports winners. I don't care. I'm just going to move on. And then the actual show began. Jeff Keighley came out. He was wearing some kick-ass kicks. And he's like, okay, we got someone coming. Someone's coming. And then they showed off Sephiroth is coming to Smash in December, even though it is December.
Yeah, it is December. They didn't have a date.
They didn't even said,
it's coming out in December.
Yeah.
All right. We're halfway through it already. When?
That means
I do have
Christmas.
to say the second season pass for Smash Bros. Way better than the first one. It just has so much more variation. The first one was like, oh, you get Fire Emblem character, and you get Fire Emblem character, and you get
Xenoblade character,
sword wielding character, and I forget what the last one was. But I was like, really, that's it? You get me 3 of the same exact.
Now we get Sephiroth, the sword wielding character.
Well, then you get Sephiroth, you get Min Min. You get Min Min from arms, and then you get Steve from Minecraft. So those are very different. But yes, Sephiroth, another fucking sword wielding character. Like,
but it's cool though because Final Fantasy is awesome.
But what about Barrett? Like, that would have been better.
Dude, that would have been better. You're right. I'm with you, dude. Jesse would have been better. Okay.
That's some controversy right there. People don't like Jesse, but
oh right, dude. Okay, Jesse.
I like Jesse.
Jesse's way better than Tifa, and we all know it. Moving right along onto the other best girl. Brie Larson showed up. She was there, and then she announced best performance, which went to Laura Bailey. Unsurprisingly, it would have gone to Ashley Johnson or Laura Bailey for sure. It's really cool that Laura Bailey won. She got a lot of backlash for playing Abby in The Last of Us. So it's cool to see her recognized for a great performance because it really was.
Yeah, I agree.
She got a little teary-eyed because
a little too teary-eyed.
Yeah, a little too. You better stop crying. No, I'm just kidding.
Crying in your own home, damn it.
It's cool. You're feeling yourself. I get it. And then Microsoft's new studio, The Initiative. This was kind of like the biggest announcement, I'd say, from the Game Awards. But Microsoft's new studio, The Initiative, is making a new Perfect Dark game.
Woo.
That's really cool, but like, is it really Perfect Dark if we haven't had Perfect Dark since the 90s? Like,
also, no gameplay, so
no hype. Yeah. Also, it's not Rare. Why isn't Rare doing it? I know they're making Sea of Thieves or whatever, but like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Perfect Dark was a Rare game, right?
It was, yeah.
Why not put Rare on it?
They're working on something else. I don't know. Fuck, sea man.
Thieves. I don't get it. I don't get Microsoft.
Maybe they're like, hey, you've done Perfect Dark before. I mean, none of you guys have, but the past Rare has. We're going to give it to this other company. And they're like, okay.
It's so annoying. Well, and you're right. It's not Rare as we knew it, but like, the name holds a lot of weight, and like
just to put that on the box or the title screen where it's like Rare, and we're like, oh yeah, nostalgia, you know. But now
it makes me mad because like back then, no one knew the names of any studios except for Rare. Everyone knew Rare. They're the guys who made Donkey Kong, the guys who made Banjo-Kazooie. Like everyone knew Rare. Like those were the dudes, and everyone knew Naughty Dog. Like, those were the dudes. And
what about Neversoft?
Okay, well, that's just because the eyeball. The eyeball.
Yeah. And then the
they don't exist anymore, so.
No, they sure don't.
But yeah, cool. Perfect Dark. Cool revive a series. It's cool to see Microsoft actually doing things. And then Turtle Rock showed up. Famous for their game Evolve.
Yeah, famous.
Yeah, famous for Evolve. No other games.
Games.
They made Left 4 Dead with Valve, but they're no longer with Valve. So they're making a new game called Back 4 Blood, which is in no way a ripoff of Left 4 Dead.
No way. It's not a sequel in any way.
Nope, not at all. I'm surprised there's no legal issues with this. Honestly,
it's probably fine because Valve's not doing shit, dude. Valve isn't working on another Left 4 Dead.
That's true, and they probably have good relations with Warner Brothers.
You guys have it. You guys take it. Like
that's true. It looks cool. It looks really hype. They actually showed a lot of gameplay too. So gameplay, all the hype. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'll be playing with it. I'll be playing with the boys. Probably be streaming it.
Yeah,
be good times. Comes out June 2021. And then they showed this Hood Outlaws and Legends game. I just
Scavengers, dude. I don't remember what Scavengers was, but
Miss Scavengers. I may have skipped it on purpose because I didn't care.
I don't remember what it is. Anyway.
Yeah, Hood Outlaws and Legends. I don't know. They've been talking a lot about this game. It comes out early access May 7th. I don't give a shit about it.
their biggest marketing on this game is you can get loot. Gold is in the treasure chests that you're going to be fighting for, and it's like, what does that mean as a player? Like, I want cosmetics, I want like new guns, and I want new weapons, I want something, and they're like, you can have gold and respect, and it's like, okay, you got it, bud. Yeah, it doesn't look interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But they still have not showed any gameplay of the game. Yeah. So no hype on that one.
Then Jeff Keighley came out and announced Best Ongoing Game, which went to No Man's Sky, which was actually pretty hilarious because they had all the guys in the back in the Zoom call, and as they were announcing it, Sean Murray, as a joke, took a strong drink of his beer and ended up winning. And he's like, "Oh shit, I did." You could tell like that guy had no idea he was about to win.
He thought he was gonna lose, and then they said his name, and he's like, "Oh shit! Well, now I got this drink in my mouth, and I gotta swallow."
He's like,
that.
"I thought for sure Fortnite was gonna win, and Fortnite did not win." So that was pretty cool. It's cool to see Sean Murray like making a return. You know, after all that shit, it's cool to see him kind of being liked again. Then they showed off this really cool game called the Callisto Protocol, which is by the maker of Dead Space. And it looks like Dead Space.
It does.
And it looks really pretty. Any thoughts?
No gameplay, though.
No gameplay, no hype. You're right. Yeah.
However,
it's still cool. It's still cool.
It looks really cool. It's set in space or the moon or something like that on a base. And it's some sort of like space horror game, just like Dead Space. They didn't really go into it. The guy came on. He's like, we want to make this the scariest game possible. And I'm down with it. If it's anything like Dead Space, absolutely. Let's get this. Let's get this.
Yeah, it's really cool. In my notes here, I have Warhammer 40K bullcrap.
Dark Tide.
Yeah, they just talked about the new 40K like expansion, I guess, and it's coming to new consoles.
Yeah,
cool.
It's Vermintide, but new.
Yeah.
How does Warhammer always end up in these shows?
Dude, they must make gazillions of dollars. That's how.
Like,
it must have a fan base. It must.
It has to, but I never have met somebody who's like, dude, Warhammer is so good. It's so fun. Have you played the Warhammer? And it's like,
I think I've met one person that's like, yeah, Warhammer's the shit. But
weird.
And then Jeff Keighley almost had an aneurysm where he just went down a list of winners and
real fucking quick too.
He's just like, this isn't about fucking video game awards, this is about announcements, so let's just list off 5 of them in a row. Best art direction went to Ghost of Tsushima. Best action game went to Hades. Best VR game went to Half-Life. Alex. Best sports/racing game went to Tony Hawk. Best racing game. Most anticipated game went to Elden Ring. And yeah. Dude, I don't understand. What the fuck? Why is this in here? Most anticipated game? What a horrible award.
That is a bad award. Like,
get rid of that.
Yeah, they're getting awards for
hype
not being out. Yeah, like
best
you guys
marketing
generated
team.
The most hype. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
you
job,
you have the best marketing team. Like, way to go. That's such a bad award.
It says nothing about your video game at all, except your marketing team is good.
Yeah, get rid of that and then separate sports and racing, and then we can have a sports and a racing winner. That'd be cool.
Just get rid of sport. Just make it racing, because sports games are always the same.
Yep.
Because like, I guarantee you.
But Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
That's pretty different.
The only one that came out though.
But then Skate's gonna come out, and we got maybe SSX Tricky is gonna come out one of these days.
Yeah.
They'll reboot it one day. One day.
But like for now, it's like that's the only sport game that was different. if you have a sports game and you're different enough from like the traditional sports, you're gonna probably get on this fucking list.
Yeah,
because they can't go. Oh, we can only have racing games on this list. They have to go.
Would they put Rocket League? Is that a sports game?
I would think so.
Yeah, that could win.
I think it did.
Maybe did.
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, just like a long while ago.
I have to look that up.
Then they showed off this game called Open Road. It's like very indie style, sort of grandma
artsy bull crap.
Yeah, I'm into it. Looks nice, sort of walking sim thing.
Looks like you're driving though, so it's like a driving sim.
yeah. I think it's mainly, I would say like a visual novel almost is kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I'm into that. It looks nice. Looks like you might cry at the end. Then they showed off Disco Elysium: The Final Cut, which comes out March 2021. That's pretty cool. They also said that if you own Disco Elysium, you will get the upgrade to the Final Cut for free, which is pretty cool. And then Dragon Age came up, which is not the last time we will see BioWare at this conference.
Right.
Seems like BioWare is really making a push on like, hey, we still matter. Don't forget we're the only fucking studio at EA that actually makes video games.
Yeah.
They really are. Besides Respawn, like they really are.
Yep.
And even Respawn is kind of held up in Apex and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Apex and a new it's on this fucking list. The new Medal of Honor game, the VR Medal of Honor game.
Oh god, I don't know if I wrote that down. Horrible. You'll have to remind me when we get there.
I don't know if I have it down either because it looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but Dragon Age, we talked about it last week, I think. Just like it really depends. This is really a make or break moment for them. And then this new roguelike game called Endless Dungeon, which looks really fucking great.
I'm about it.
Yeah, you're the roguelike guy, so
yeah, it's very very stylized, very, cartoony characters, and it's cooperative, and you fill out like a squad, I guess. Like there's multiple characters to choose from, and then you go out and you just get as far as you can and you die, and then you do it again. And you upgrade your shit when you die and hopefully get farther the next time. And I'm about it. I'm so about it. They haven't really gone into a whole lot about it, but it's it has my attention. We'll say that.
Yeah, I'm super interested in it. And then they showed this game that we were like, what the fuck is this game? The environments look really nice. It's a really pretty looking game. And it's called Crimson Desert. I'm not really exactly sure what the game is, but they showed a little bit of gameplay, like where it's, you're kind of Witcher-esque, slashing up people and stuff. I guess it's by this new South Korean studio, so this is kind of their first big push into AAA games.
See, it's not their first game though.
It's not.
The game before this, it's out now. It's called Black Desert Online.
Okay.
And I don't know if this Crimson Desert is a sequel or if it's an MMO, because Black Desert Online is an MMO. It looks single player, but all the animations look pretty top notch. All of the textures look pretty great. It looks like a really cool, fast-paced, hardcore fantasy brawler game. It looks really interesting.
Says Crimson Desert revealed at the Game Awards 2020 as a follow-up to Black Desert Online. So is it an online game, though? It didn't really look like an online game, did it?
It didn't. It followed like one character, and then you saw that character like it was a sword character, and he was like slashing these guys and doing these really cool like wrestling moves where you pull him over his shoulder and then stab him in the neck. And then it switched to another character who's like had a little short bow, and she was just taking people out at like close range, and I was like, that looks really fucking cool. But there was no like, you get the 4 people walking together. There was none of that. It was just lone soldier taking on 16 guys at once. So who knows? I think it said this. It said it comes out next year, during the winter.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever that means. Yeah, I think I said this live. I was like, if it's an MMO, I'm definitely playing it. If it's not an MMO, probably definitely gonna play it. So it looks good. It looks really good.
It does.
Then they announced Best Narrative, which no surprise went to The Last of Us. Then the Swedish Chef showed up, did some funny shtick with Jeff Keighley. I laughed a little bit. And then it was announced that he is in Overcooked, because of course he is. That makes so much sense.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, put him in Overcooked. Why did
it take this long?
Yeah, for real. That's a great choice. And then they showed off this really neat looking game. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's another artsy fartsy sort of game called Season. It looks like you take pictures, you ride a bike around, you have a recorder. It just looks right. Yeah, I just love it when games don't always involve killing people, Yeah. It's nice when a game does something else,
Yeah, and this one, you're like a little kid who rides his bike around and just explores. I don't think there's like an objective. I think they just put you in a world and you just kind of find out what you find out. And I think that's really interesting. It's a very different take on video games, for sure.
Could be sort of like Pokemon Snap a bit. Maybe a bit more narrative pushed.
Maybe less on rails.
Yeah, definitely. And then Gal Gadot showed up, or Gal got it. She announced Games for Impact. Tell Me Why won Best Games for Impact. Never played it. Love to play it. I'm going to play it now. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Still an artsy fartsy, feel good / feel bad game. So I probably won't.
I like the artsy fartsy games. They're nice. Yeah. And then, this was a pretty big deal. Me and Nick both freaked out about this. Vin Diesel showed up.
Yeah, Vin Diesel showed up in video game form.
Vin Diesel he's the new Norman Reedus. He's going to be the playable character in the new Ark game, and it's called Ark.
Ark 2.
No, it's just called Ark.
That had a 2 behind it, though.
I don't think it did. I think it's just called Ark.
I don't know. But
it's just called Ark.
They could have made it better if they just called it The Past and the Furious.
Oh yeah, it really went on the edge of that whole Uncanny Valley thing. I'm not too interested in this game.
Vin Diesel made me interested in Ark a little bit, because it was like, I'm like, what is this? And he's beating up like these monsters and demons or something.
Yeah.
And then a dinosaur shows up and like eats one of his tribe, and he's still fighting these guys off, and then he beats a dinosaur. And
it's all about family and drag racing.
It's family and drag racing and big explosions.
Yeah. Pink slips and Ludacris is there.
I don't think it's going to be anything I'm interested in, because Ark, I just don't like survival games. It's it's just chores. Survival games are just chores to me.
I like chores.
But it was very interesting, to say the least.
Yep, and then they showed off Ark animated show. Looks nice. And a stacked cast. I forgot about that. I gotta look that up, because it has
a really good cast, but the art style looks a lot like Avatar or Korra, whatever. It looks very really well animated. Surprisingly, it looks very interesting, very colorful, very good character animations, good character art.
Yeah, and the cast is including Gerard Butler, Michelle Yeoh, Madeline Madden, Elliot Page, David Tennant, Jeffrey Wright, Russell Crowe, and Vin Diesel. That's a pretty stacked cast, dude. Like every name except for maybe Madeline Madden. I don't know who that is.
I don't either,
I guess.
But I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, that's a stacked cast. I'm kind of interested in it. I'm looking up who this person is. She was in Dora and the Lost City of whatever, that live action Dora movie.
Oh, okay. Was that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all she did.
She's an up and comer, I guess. And yeah, that's exciting.
She probably plays the main character then.
Yeah. Wow. Or Vin Diesel does.
I would hope so.
Russell Crowe, though, that's huge.
He's probably her dad.
Family. After that, they showed a new Fall Guys season, which comes out December 15th, today. So jump on that shit. Play some Fall Guys. And then Best Multiplayer went to Among Us, and that was a really sweet acceptance speech. They deserve it. I'm sure 3 years ago when they launched their game, they never saw this, the success of their game. They never saw this coming, I'm sure. And then surprisingly, they showed a new Evil Dead, the game. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing on it. I never followed the Evil Dead stuff, so
I love Evil Dead, dude. It's so fucking great. Sam Raimi kicking up the jams, pre-Spider-Man bullshit, doing some real campy horror shit. It's amazing. I don't know about this game though. Another game I don't know about is the new Ghost and Goblins remake, which comes out February 25th. This game looks like absolute ass.
Yeah, but it was like a very mini like Nintendo Direct sort of. It was like the Nintendo thing popped up and was like, we got some games for you, and they showed this load of bullshit that looks awful. It almost looks worse than the original.
It does look worse than the original, because the original had like a neat little art style. This just looks like Flash animation. Looks bad.
Yeah, it looks really bad. But then they announced a second thing, the Capcom Arcade Stadium, and didn't say jack shit about it, but it looks really fucking good. Yeah. Like they just flashed all of these arcade games and then like the Switch. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, are we getting this for free? Is it going to be like a thing we have to pay for? Is it
it's probably
what
20,
games are
40
included?
bucks.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be cool. I'm more interested in that than the stupid Ghosts and Goblins.
Honestly. I gotta say, it's really cool to see like Capcom making like a huge return into video games in the past few years, because I feel like Capcom around the time of like Resident Evil 4, like people were pretty down on Capcom, and it seems like within recent years people are pretty hype on Capcom these days. So that's really cool. I like the idea of a Capcom arcade thing. That sounds nice.
Do you think we're gonna get Marvel versus Capcom again?
Yeah, definitely at some point.
That'd be kind of cool.
Definitely. That makes way too much money for them not to do it again.
We haven't had one in a long time.
Yeah, it's. I could look that up, I guess. Well, I'm looking that up. Best indie game went to Hades.
Yep. The best audio went to The Last of Us.
No surprise there.
Yeah, no. Best RPG went to Final Fantasy VII.
See, we got a Marvel versus Capcom in 2017, so it hasn't been that long.
Oh, yeah, but that was a really bad one, though. I guess you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was also bad because that was right before they purchased Fox, Disney. So they couldn't put like Wolverine in the game and Deadpool and shit. But now they own Fox. So a new Marvel versus Capcom would actually be pretty fucking tight.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Where'd you leave off? Best RPG? Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII.
Makes sense. Best sim went to Flight Sim. Makes sense. Best fighting game was announced by some Cobra Kai cringe.
Ooh, that was the first cringe of the whole night.
Yeah, one of the only pieces of cringe, really.
Yeah.
It was they tried doing a little skit. I love Cobra Kai, but that skit was pretty cringe. And of course, best fighting game went to Mortal Kombat 11.
Honestly, that whole show is just cringe, though. Like, you think about it, that whole show is just campy cringe.
I guess. I like it, though. It's got heart. Yeah. It makes me feel good. You know, I watch it and I feel good. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't.
I wasn't expecting to. I popped it on one day. Now this is turning into a Cobra Kai episode, but I turned it on one day and I was like, I'm going to hate this. Like, someone was watching it, and then like I watched like 7 episodes in a row, and I'm like, wow. I think I like this show a lot. Then Housemarque's new game, which fuck, bro. It's called Returnal.
Probably the coolest thing that they showed this whole time.
They set a date. I didn't write it down though. Do you have it?
March,
dude.
2021.
I can't believe that's so soon. Like, I'm definitely going to be all over that.
Well, you saw the gameplay, though. It looks so good. It's like a third-person roguelite bullet hell action game. Like, it looks really good. And they showed off gameplay. And, gameplay looks good. Fucking hyped. That's how it works. No gameplay, no hype. Your game has gameplay, looks fucking good. You got my hype. It looks fucking good. And roguelite, yes. Bullet hell, yes. Action, third person, fuck yes. I'm all in on this game, and this is going to be like probably a day one purchase for me.
Yeah, me too. Dude, I was such a huge fan of Resogun. That game is just fucking good. And it's really interesting to see Housemarque. They're known for making games like that. They made Nex Machina as well, which are, sort of smaller games. And it's really cool to see them kind of upping their game here while still keeping it in that sort of roguelike, arcadey sort of style, get a high score sort of style. Mm-hmm. It looks amazing. I'm so hyped.
It does.
Road 96. What was this game?
I don't know. Road.
Yeah. This game looks kind of ugly.
Road 96. Video game.
It's I don't know. It's another artsy fartsy sort of game.
Oh yeah, this one seems okay though. This one is like it's ugly, but it's like you're trying to get home and you're a hitchhiker or something like that. You have to get home by hitchhiking, and you can trust certain people, and they can take you to one place, and it seems like to be a branching storyline. And as long as you get home, you win the game, or somebody, I don't know, maybe somebody can kill you and you have to start all over and you have to try to get home. It seems pretty interesting. More interesting for me than that other one that you said, Open Roads. It seems a little bit more interesting.
I lost interest in Road 96 because it's literally just 69 but 96. And I lose a lot of respect when you go there,
Yeah.
Why'd you have to go there? I'm not 12.
Honestly, they should have just reversed it. Road 69.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a game all about
fuck. They should have. That would have been way better.
While we're talking about 69, did you hear about the Pornhub news?
Of the Pornhub the shit that's going on today when this releases?
Yeah, they just removed millions of videos off of their site. only confirmed content creators can post on Pornhub now.
I don't like that.
And the reason they did it is because both Visa and MasterCard have pulled from being used on Pornhub. They will no longer be accepted on Pornhub.
Oh.
Because of all the copyright stuff. So
wow.
Pretty interesting, but time to move to Spank Bang, boys.
But also the Pornhub awards, yearly awards are going on today too.
Oh, the AV whatever, adult
I don't know.
AF whatever, the Adult Film Awards or whatever.
No. It's like a Pornhub thing.
Oh, really? It's a specifically.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like, don't miss out on Tuesday. We got this whole thing, and I'm like, maybe I will. Just curious. But I don't know. I don't know how all that works, but
you should watch All Gas No Breaks. He goes to the Adult Film Awards and just interviews people. It's so good, dude. Anyway, Joseph Ferris, our guy, he hates EA. He hates the Oscars. He showed up. He's
always doing something crazy.
He's still a little cringy, but he's got a new game, and it's called Takes Two. It looks really cool. Looks really sweet. Nice little co-op platformer type deal. It reminds me a lot of, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when you play multiplayer in Little Big Planet. It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not as fucking glitchy as Little Big Planet, but
Unraveled or very extremely
also an EA game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. It looks really good.
Looks cute. Maybe we'll play it together, Nick.
Yeah.
We said that about the Two Brothers one that he released, and we never played that. So
but maybe we will.
Maybe we will. There we go.
You know, it's about like a couple that are having a fight, and this creepy book is like, hey, you guys have to do puzzles now in order to save your relationship.
The comedy just seems a little for me. It reminds me of the old Lucasfilms games, like or like Grim Fandango, or kind of reminds me of that sort of what's his name?
I know who you're talking. The Double Fine guys.
Tim Schafer, yeah. Kind of reminds me of like one of his games a bit,
for sure.
Then our boy Reggie came out. It's so funny. Jeff announced him as the former CEO of Nintendo America, not as the current president of GameStop, because no one wants to acknowledge that.
That's not important.
Yeah.
I wonder if he said that like himself. He's like, well, so what do I address you as? Like, he's like, I don't want people to know that I'm at GameStop.
I'm only here until they close. This is retirement money for me. And he came out to announce the accessibility awards, which of course Last of Us won. The accessibility options in Last of Us is amazing. I love seeing more accessibility options in video games. We've talked about it a bunch.
And this award was just made for them.
Yeah, pretty much.
100%.
Best mobile game went to Among Us, because of course it did.
It's free and it's fun, and if you pay $5, it's even funner.
Yeah, no ads. It's amazing.
That's it. It's $5, and you never have to pay for another thing again. It has no microtransaction bullshit. Like, oh, you spent all your energy, you have to wait, or you pay $5 to get all your energy back. There's none of that. It's just you play it. And
it's probably one of my most. It's probably one of my most played games this year. Honestly, like, it's a great game. It's so fun.
It is good.
If like anyone needs someone in their crew, I'm always in. Like, I just love playing it. It's just so fun.
I would be, as long as I can guarantee that I'm the imposter, because I've never been the imposter.
But then you'll get called out every time.
That's fine. It's more fun than doing menial tasks. However, I think if we switched up the maps every once in a while instead of just playing on that single map, I think
the problem, Nick, is every time I play with you, we're playing with new people. Every single time.
That's true. But every time you're playing with me, I'm always crewmate.
Yeah, me too, though. So. I always get crewmate. Great. We'll talk more about Among Us in just a moment. Monster Hunter Rise. I know you're excited about this. Comes out March 26th. And there's a Monster Hunter game for the Switch.
There's a demo coming out early in January, I think. And I am so down. I am down. It looks really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, you're the Monster Hunter man. I don't give a fuck. But
well, now cool. I only played World. I'm not the Monster Hunter man. I just know World, and I got really into it. So now I'm gonna be into all of them. So it's just kind of how it works.
Yeah, it looks great. Troy Baker came out because of course he's in everything that is about video games, so why not the Game Awards too? He came out, and I think he was like the only person who was there in studio besides Jeff and the chick from IGN.
Yeah,
I think that might be true.
What did he do though? I don't have anything on here that he did.
What he did is he came out and he told a little story about how Neil Druckmann loves Eddie Vedder, and about how you know, Neil Druckmann would sing this song to his daughter, and then he put it in the video game, and it was an honor to play the song. And then Eddie Vedder came out and played that song from The Last of Us.
It was from an Eddie Vedder song.
Right, it's a Pearl Jam song that's in The Last of Us.
Right.
So Eddie Vedder came out and played his own song. Yeah. But like a song he probably hasn't played in like 15 years, 10, 15 years.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was honestly pretty cool. And that dude has so many fucking amps.
He has a lot of amps. He also looks like an old rundown trucker these days. Like he looks like an old... Fuck. You're right.
You're right.
Yeah. It looks. It was cool. It was cool. And then Evil West. They showed this game. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know.
You're a cowboy who fights vampires.
Yeah, you fight zombies or whatever, and it's like Red Dead, but like less good. I don't know. Didn't interest me much. And then back to Among Us. They showed off the new Among Us map. We'll have to play that, dude. We'll have to play the new map. That map looks awesome. They added a bunch of... Go ahead.
It doesn't come out for a while, is the issue.
What'd they say, like, February?
I think it was February.
I think they just said early 2021, right? That's all they said, I think.
Probably. But like, I was expecting, like, because, you know, Among Us has been out for 3 years and it's been huge since August. So I imagine that they're like, we should put another thing out, and
I literally think it is
only a team of 4.
Yeah, I think it's just the 4 of them who make this game. So
yeah, makes sense. I guess it makes sense.
They're swimming in it now, though, dude. So happy for them. Yeah, the map looks cool though. They added like ladders and then like a moving platform. It looks really cool. It should shake up the game a bit.
One of the coolest things, I think, is that you don't all start in the same location.
Yeah, like you can kind of select where you start.
After the discussion, you can choose where you want to start on the ship. And I'm like,
it's going to add a lot of elements, but like it's going to be a pretty hard map to play, I think, which is cool. I like it a lot. Content Creator of the Year went to Valkyrie. I don't know who the hell that is, but Team Thieves 100 or whatever. That's cool. I hear a lot about those people. I don't know anything about it, but that's
what is Team Thieves 100?
It's like Thieves 1100. I don't know. It's like a Rooster Teeth of sorts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. Hey, speaking of Rooster Teeth, Red versus Blue is in Fortnite now.
No. Master Chief's in Fortnite,
right? But they did a little Red versus Blue skit, and I think they're saying like there is going to be that skit in the game as well. So that
cool. Was also another piece of cringe.
Yeah, that was pretty cringy. But to be fair, Red versus Blue has always been cringy. So what's new?
Yeah, they just kind of took our cringe from our time and mixed it with cringe from now. And
yeah, it's true.
Like, oof, Red versus Blue is so dated, but also this is very cringy as well. And mixing those two things together just kind of it doesn't sit right. It was just a little like.
The interesting thing about Master Chief being in Fortnite though is Kratos is also in Fortnite, so now you can face Kratos as Master Chief in the same game.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Fucking cool.
And I will say, I've said it to you multiple times, Fortnite is doing a much better job at getting a whole lot of properties, intellectual properties, into their game than Smash Bros. Ever has.
Yeah.
And that's kind of stupid.
Well, I think Smash is a bit more particular, where they're like, we want it to be people who are actually connected to Nintendo in a way. But I guess that's not as true anymore with like things like Persona being in there, and I don't know.
Like,
I think they want more like video game characters, whereas Fortnite
like
has been like
Chief
or
Kratos or
sure, but like
Cuphead.
Sure. Cuphead would be fucking awesome in Smash, dude. Holy shit, that'd be so fucking cool. That's possible too. Anyway, Game Pass is adding stuff. That's all I wrote. Game Pass adding stuff.
They're adding EA.
Bunch of EA stuff. I think they also announced that new like Microsoft game. Oh shit, the one where it's like multiple worlds where you can see like
Medium.
The Medium. They confirmed that that's coming to Game Pass. They talked about other stuff coming to Game Pass as well.
Anything coming to Xbox is coming to Game Pass, you guys. That's
that one was not confirmed, but now it is. They announced other stuff, like other big things that are coming. I think like Among Us is coming to Game Pass, which
I saw that.
I mean, it's $5. Just fucking buy the game. But that's cool. That's just making that coin, dude. They're just making that coin. That's what's happening. Makes me wonder if that map is gonna cost money.
I don't like that.
I mean,
say that.
Impossible.
Just put more cosmetics in the game. Like, I feel like everybody's going to buy cosmetics. And right now they have, 7 cosmetics in their game?
They got dogs.
So you can only spend so much. Whereas, like, I feel like if you put more shit in...
That's true. They could just do that. They could do the Rocket League thing.
Free. Yeah, make most hats free, but then you have partners or, like, back stuff or different faces. Change that shit.
They did add a Jeff Keighley mask.
I know, I saw
which
that.
Is hilarious. It's literally just a photoshopped face. It's hilarious.
It's far more realistic than I was expecting. I was expecting like a cartoony. It's literally just his face plastered on top.
Just a photoshopped picture of Jeff Keighley in the game. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
which makes it far more funny, I think.
I think so.
Then The Best Boy came out. Keanu. You know what's funny about Keanu? I just got to say this. I don't think Keanu gave a shit about video games. I think he took Cyberpunk because it's like a well-paying job, and like they offered him a bunch of money. And then he was just like so widely accepted by the video gaming community that now he's just like, my friends, I'm here. Like, I don't think he expected like that much love from the gaming community, but he fucking got it. He's like video game royalty now.
He's always like a weird dude. Like, I feel like he's
Jeff Goldblum for our generation.
Yeah, he's like Jeff Goldblum but slightly younger, and he's just kind of.
It's funny. I don't think he's that much younger than Jeff Goldblum, but
at least 10 years, I think. But
maybe.
He's just. He doesn't seem like that charismatic sort of kind of guy that would just get on stage and like be like, woo, but like. The video game people are like, we love you anyway. And he's just like, cool, whatever.
Holy shit. What? Jeff Goldblum is 68 years old? The fuck? Keanu Reeves is 56!
Oh, dude.
What the fuck?
Nailed it.
Holy shit, he looks great. They both look great for their age. But yeah, Keanu came out and he's like, best game director. And of course, Last of Us won. Way to go, Neil Druckmann. You deserve it. You're an amazing director.
Dr. Uckman.
Yeah, Dr. Uckman. That is his name on Twitter. Go follow him and send him hate. He needs more of that.
Just go to Twitter and say thank you, Dr. Uckman.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. No, nothing else. Just thank you and his name.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, follow me on Twitter, emergencypizza_.
And then just go to Jake, emergencypizza_, and just send him hate mail because he needs more of that.
I'll take hate mail over no mail. You know what I mean?
I can send you hate mail if you want.
And then we got a like weird cinematic thing, and we're like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this gonna be?" And guess what it is? It's fucking Mass Effect with a really classy title for the new game. It's called Mass Effect. So like a sort of soft.
Will continue. Will continue is the. It's
so maybe they'll call it something else.
No, it's called Will Continue. It's Mass Effect. Will Continue.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a soft reboot of sorts.
I think it's going to be following a guy named Will.
It's rough, man. It's rough that like if this were announced a few years ago, it'd be the most hype shit. But like BioWare, dude, it's just like just Anthem, and then before that we had Mass Effect Andromeda. Just like it doesn't leave a whole lot of faith for Mass Effect, like a new Mass Effect game. Like we got a new Mass Effect game with Andromeda and it was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
You know,
also a thing is like two of the highest ranked developers left.
Yeah,
BioWare.
Casey Hudson.
We didn't get a release date. We don't have anything. This is one of those situations where it's like this could be a game, but it's probably not. This is just an idea that they had. They're like, yeah, Mass Effect we're gonna continue to try to do it. But I bet you if developers just keep leaving, they won't say it. You won't hear anything about it ever again. I just felt like it filled dead air is all it did. It was just like, hey, here's a picture.
It reminds me of when Bethesda was like, oh yeah, Elder Scrolls 6. And we're like, yeah, we know you're making that. Like,
yeah, obviously.
Like, why'd you show this to us? Like, we know. Like, of course you're making this, but like, I feel the same about Mass Effect. Like, of course you're making a new Mass Effect, but like, don't show me anything unless you have something to show me. Like,
yeah, unless you have something to show.
Because this game isn't going to come out for another 5 years, and that's if the next Dragon Age does good. Because I honestly believe, like, if the next Dragon Age does poorly, like, they'll just close them down, and maybe they'll give Mass Effect to Respawn or something, because that seems to be the fucking studio that they just give the scraps to.
Yeah.
It's just fucking sad.
I know this fucking company that paved the way and changed first-person shooters is now getting scraps
and RPGs.
Yeah. So they're just getting like bullshit jobs from EA. Just like, here, do this. It's like, okay, thanks.
This was one of the first games to, you know, besides like Fallout, of course, and Elder Scrolls, but like this was one of the first like console games that gave Western RPGs some credibility. Was Mass Effect, and now it's just, you know, it's delegated to like almost being a joke. We'll see. I hope it's good. I hope they're able to pull it off, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Who does know? Because
we won't know for another 5 or 6 years.
EA does have the money to keep BioWare around, even if they run at a loss. So who knows? Who knows? And then, no surprise here, Game of the Year went to The Last of Us. And that was the end of the show. It's not even worth dwelling on, dude. The Last of Us won Game of the Year. Of course it did. We kind of knew that was going to happen.
There's nothing else to say. That's pretty much it. That's all I got in my notes anyway.
That's all I've got. It was a good show. It's really fucking long. As the show went on, more and more commercials kept happening. Felt really uncomfortable when there was the HP commercial that said gamers had superior DNA. Don't like that.
Also, fuck Facebook for making really good commercials and going, hey, this is a good message. This is a good commercial, and it'd be like Facebook gaming.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Facebook. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck me. Unless you want to give me money, Facebook, then I'll come stream on you exclusively. It was cool. I'm excited to see what happens next year with the Game Awards. I want to go live next year. I want to go to the Game Awards next year. Yeah, me and you.
Let's fucking do it.
You wear a tux.
We'll stream like this. That way, we'll just have the cameras up and we'll be streaming from our phones.
Great. We'll dress up. You wear a tux. I'll wear a pretty dress. We'll go together.
Lipstick and heels and stuff. Yeah.
Next year when we win Content Creator of the Year, we'll pull like a Matt and Trey Parker thing. That's what we're gonna do. Gonna be good shit. That brings us to the end of the show. Do you have your open critic stuff?
I do. And some updates. Last week, Cyberpunk got a 91 on Open Critic. Open Critic is a website that takes all of the accredited reviewers and puts them all together and takes all their scores and averages them out. Last week on Open Critic, Cyberpunk got 91. This week, as more people, more accredited places gave reviews, it is now at 86. Dropped 5 points.
That seems like a fair spot for it, though.
Yep. Considering most of the initials reviews were all PC, and now it can be anything. Haven, the little artsy-fartsy game.
Fuck, I gotta play that. Ooh, I might play that tonight.
Got a 76, but only 4 reviews, so it could be good, it could be bad. It's still early. Doom Eternal on the Switch got an 82.
Surprising.
Puyo Puyo Tetris didn't change. Still at 80. Yeah.
That's a one, dude. That's bullshit. That's a 100% game right there. That's
oh, no. Oh my god.
That's a perfect
moving
game.
on before Jake gets into that. Fitness Boxing 2 Rhythm and Exercise is 63. So stay away from that bullshit. Pixel Junk Eden 2, I don't know what that is, got an 80. And Orwell's Animal Farm, it's like a side scroller Pokemon thing, I think. Is it 65? So stay away from that as well. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
And also, while you're at it, Nick. You have a question.
I do. This is kind of like an Inception almost. And I kind of want to, if I want replies, otherwise this question doesn't fucking make any sense, and we're just wasting our time. Question of the week this week is going to be, what should we talk about next week? What do you guys want to talk about? We talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the show, we'll bring it up, and I think that'll be a fun one. It doesn't have to be about video games. We'll just talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about.
Yeah, we'll just talk about The Mandalorian for an hour.
Yeah, how's your cat doing? How's
Shit, I got a cat?
Not you. How's your dog doing?
Oh,
how's your sister's dog doing?
Poops in front of my door all the time. The worst. I'll save it for next week.
Yeah,
I'll save it for next week.
Yeah, so that's the question. What should we talk about next week?
I'm sure something will happen.
Something will happen. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure we'll have news, but I just kind of want to go on a tangent right at the beginning of the show. Just like, we're going to be talking about this and this and this and this, and it's all video game shit. And then we'll be like, last week we asked this, and then it's nothing related to video games. I think that'd be good. Just kind of throw a little curveball in there, go on a little tangent.
I love
anyway,
it.
Finish it.
Make sure you check us out on Twitter. I am emergency pizza _ and Nick is at fatal _ microwave. Also, make sure you check out the other shows on the channel. I know Nick is working on some stuff that's going to go up on the channel soon. I also know I have another show called the Jake and Corey Podcast, which happens every Monday. And I just dropped a new Christmas special for me and my sister's show. Me and my sister Cassie do a movie review thing and talked about a couple movies that launched last week. It's very fun. It's a very good time. I had to edit a lot of it to make it copyright safe. But you know, it's up there and it's happening. It's still up there. So I'm happy about that as well. Hopefully our channel still exists because I did post the Game Awards reaction.
No.
And you know, they're not too pleased with that, but you know, they're just gonna have to suck my dick and, you know,
take it down themselves. Or
it's really David Bowie. David Bowie's pissed that we posted. Like, yeah, David Bowie is just like fucking pissed that we posted a reaction to the Game Awards. They muted
He's dead.
him.
He's fucking dead, dude.
I know.
And he's still coming after us.
Brings a whole new meaning to that song.
What's that? What song?
Ground control to Major Tom.
Oh yeah, it does.
It's pretty deep, dude. It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep.
I mean, I wouldn't sing it though, because I'm gonna get flagged again.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shit. I'm gonna. I'll edit that.
Real careful about that. Yeah.
Okay. Bye bye.